Well, welcome everyone. Good morning. It is September 3rd, 7:59 a.m. Central, and we get together most Mondays through Fridays at 8 o'clock Central to have our daily support and training Zoom. We spend the first 10 to 15 minutes talking about some topic that's hopefully relevant and important to you, and then we open it up for the second half, the final 15 minutes for Q&A, addressing questions, comments, concerns that you may have about the topic covered or any other topic. With that being said, we're going to talk today about the Financial Literacy Educator certification. Why is this being talked about? Why is this being offered? Well, I think it's important for each of you to make a decision. Do you want to dabble or do you want to be a professional at this? We certainly will do the best we can through the daily Zooms and other methods of support and training to get you up to speed enough that you can go implement and generate income, of course. But that cannot replace the fact of us sitting down together for a day, shoulder to shoulder, eyeball to eyeball, and having a concentrated training so we can instead of the bits and pieces that currently happens where we can sit down and cover the material needed so you have the competence and the confidence to go implement. So frankly, it doesn't matter to me if you want to come to the in-person training or not, but it's important that we offer it to you, because those of you that want to be seen as professionals by your clients, by your referral partners, they're going to expect you to probably bring a little higher level of competence and confidence than is probably going to occur through the fragmented approach of 15 minutes of training here, 30 minutes there. So with that being said, I want to describe how this is set up and let you know that it can be very lucrative for you, because every attendee that you refer in that registers for the certification, we pay you $250. So you don't have to do anything else. Now, these folks could be part of your hierarchy or not. It doesn't really matter. You could do nothing else but drive people into this training and make $250 a pop. Well, you might ask, well, who would want to attend the training? And that gets us to the top paragraph here. Certainly, anyone that is a financial literacy educator should come to the training, but there's others that may not even be a financial literacy educator yet, especially people that are looking to generate more income, insurance agents, financial service professionals, and others that want to generate an adult income while solving a problem. And in our case, what you and I are doing is we're solving two problems concurrently, two of the most significant barriers that most entrepreneurs have. And that's by helping them improve their financial literacy, and secondly, to help them improve access to capital. So we're literally economically empowering local communities by overcoming those two significant obstacles. When we talk about financial literacy, we're not speaking negatively of those that we have the opportunity to teach. It really is more of a representation of our society's failure to teach people how to be an entrepreneur, right? We go to school and we learn how to go get a job, maybe how to be an accountant, a lawyer, a doctor, or whatever else it is. But we're typically not taught through the education system of how to create jobs, how to start a business, to grow a business, to build the tax base. And that's what you and I do. And so there's certain skills that if you have, you'll be more successful helping small businesses improve their financial literacy and access to capital. So that's who should attend, people that want to be professionals. Can you continue to dabble and just learn in a piecemeal fashion? Absolutely, and we're not taking anything away. But I think we can all agree that if we can sit down together for one day, we're going to increase your competence and confidence. All right, so the second paragraph here in bold says, in one day, we start at 9 a.m. and at 5 p.m. By attending, you'll learn the skills, processes, and techniques to immediately begin earning a six-figure income with no risk. No risk. So this isn't, a lot of us have looked at the Dave Ramsey model, right, to become a financial counselor with him. And you go up to Nashville or a suburb of Nashville, Tennessee. You spend about a week and you spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars with the hope that somehow you'll recover that. This is awesome. This is one day in. You can come in. We'd recommend come in the night before. There's a bed and breakfast 2 blocks away, and then you can fly out right afterwards. The airport's 30 minutes away, and it's a quick 30 minutes because there's not a lot of dense traffic in a more rural East Texas environment. And the Amtrak station is literally, I'm looking at it, it's 1 block from our office, or of course you can drive in. But the bottom line is, if you spend a day with us and learn what we're talking about doing with true professionalism and competence, there's just no way that you can't go back and help one client. And that's your break even, right? Because you make $1,250 off each Capital Ready Package 2.0 client you enroll. So if you only learned enough that you could only help one client after attending, then you've at least broken even. But with that being said, it is $1,250 to attend. If you are a branch office manager, this is free. So don't be confused. This is not changing what we've agreed to. If you're running a branch, get with Jennifer. She'll get you scheduled. Branch office managers do not pay for this. This is for others that may be considering becoming a branch office manager. Maybe that's the last thing they want to do, but they want to be able to help people more professionally, more successfully, and earn more income. All right, so with that being said, we'll work down the left-hand side. Let me make this just a little bit larger so maybe we can see it easier, and then we'll work down the learning objectives, what you're going to learn, and we'll open it up for your Q&A. Well, being a financial literacy educator it's a hot career right now for 2 reasons. Because we know that we can earn a significant income by helping others, and a lot of others need help because of the macroeconomic issues. And so financial services has always been one of the more potentially lucrative careers. We just have a unique niche within the within the financial service continuum by really focusing on educating and improving access to capital of small businesses. So certainly from the economic empowerment and focus on minority organizations, we are helping improve the racial wealth gap. I know we're onto something big because we have in the next week, including one today, 3 significant minority organizations that we have scheduled calls with that are looking at potentially, they have not committed yet, we just rolled this out as you know, but looking at rolling out the small business certification to their entire membership pool. Now, with that being said, we're going to need more financial literacy educators to work with these members of these large organizations, but I digress. So at the training, it's hands-on, right? We're keeping the training small number of people. This is not some auditorium. This is let's sit around the executive board table and let's discuss, let's share ideas, let's role play, let's confirm understanding, right? Hands-on, in-depth, 1 day, in-person course. And of course, we're going to help provide mentoring afterwards. But no, I know one of you will ask this. This is not available virtually. No, we're not going to Zoom this or broadcast this. This is come in, meet the staff, see that we're real, use the whiteboard, exchange ideas, we'll buy you lunch, hands-on. All right. But the goal without question is that when you leave after that 1 day that you're able to immediately generate a return on investment. And we'll guarantee that you will. We're not asking you to take any risks. There's a cost involved because there's a cost involved for us putting the training on. If you're a branch office, it's free, as we talked about. But if you're not a branch office manager, but we'll guarantee that you make money from it. Guarantee that you'll at least break even. All right, so as you know, probably, what we teach for our financial literacy curriculum, the backbone of that is the award-winning curriculum developed by the FDIC, promoted by the SBA. And then we've taken that and then we mix the education with implementation. That's where our financial literacy educators come in. So you're starting to see probably, wow, probably just about every licensed insurance agent or securities licensed professional would benefit from this, because not only are they helping society, helping their community, I don't think that there is a better lead generation system than what we've put together. So again, we have the educational part and then combined with implementation. That's really what we're going to focus on here on these learning objectives, is to make sure that you're ready to implement. So let's go through that. So one of the things that we need to do is make sure that you're competent and confident in how to set up and teach the workshops. You can set up workshops and teach in person, face-to-face. And we're talking about, again, not to other financial literacy educators. We're talking about to small businesses, entrepreneurs, pre-launch and startup. So first of all, you can teach it in person or online. We want you to be proficient in doing that. So we're going to teach those skills. Second, we want you to know how to build a big referral network. You know, the key in sales, and I know we're more education than sales, but if you just break down from a sales funnel, you have to have leads. And we see so many insurance agents and financial service professionals that are not meeting their potential because they don't have leads. Well, we've solved that problem, and there's a number of different ways, but one of the most important ways that we've resolved generating leads is the second bullet, and it's what we're going to address. We don't even try to teach this virtually or via the daily Zooms, because we need to have face-to-face interaction on it. But what we'll do is help everyone set up their own affiliate network. Not MLM, not network marketing, but we usually use Post Affiliate Pro as a software. And so what we'll do is we'll help you set up your affiliate structure. And so now business bankers, realtors, pastors, merchant card processors, others can then become affiliates of your model and become your constant lead generation. We've done this. We know it. We built over 3,500 affiliates when we tested this. And so there's just no doubt that this will be an immensely important part of the training. So you're able to go back and implement a professional level affiliate marketing model. Okay, third, we need if I can highlight it correctly, we need our financial literacy educators to be properly trained in how to work with clients. And we're seeing some breakdown there. One of you that's on our training now, a great gentleman, we had a conversation yesterday, and we realized, he's referring in clients, he's making money, but those clients are not getting the implementation that they expect or they deserve because he's not properly trained. Again, not his fault, but he'll be coming to training here this month, I believe. So the bottom line is we need to make sure that you, as the financial literacy educator, know your role. So with the onboarding process of a client, we call it the 4-week process. And you could think of it as the loan packaging process or what have you, but there's 4 milestones, right? Week 1, when they first enroll, we start teaching them about business plans, and we help them build their business plan and financial projections. 7 days later, like clockwork, it clicks. Now we're going to be working with them on teaching them about business credit. How does that work? Why it's important. We're also going to be completing their personal financial statement. Thus, we need you to know how to properly complete their personal financial statement. Most people don't know how to do it correctly, most entrepreneurs, I mean. And therefore, that reduces their access to capital because they don't look like that they're even qualified to go sit in front of the banker. You and we need to work together and help them be prepared. And so we're going to train you and hands-on prepare you to be able to know how to create the personal financial statements for your clients and optimize it. Not lie, not cheat, not steal, but to help them optimize their personal financial statements, because what their net worth shows on paper can make a difference in accessing certain types of capital. We also are going to have hands-on training on how to do the financial needs analysis. Some of you, I don't think, are doing as good of a job as you could. And that's a shame, because now your client's not getting the experience that they should and that they deserve, but also you're not setting yourself up to be able to assist them with asset protection and wealth creation. You know, and I know most people don't have proper life insurance to meet their needs, whether it be for their business or for their person, for their family. Secondly, most people are not saving adequately or smartly for short-term, mid-term, and long-term reasons, let alone retirement. So we need to properly conduct a financial needs analysis to guide them appropriately. And we're going to make sure you know how to do that. That's the third bullet here. Certainly make sure that you're familiar with the curriculum that we use and how to leverage that to develop key referral sources and clients, small business owners. So again, it's not that we won't continue to be on these Zoom calls every day and reiterate parts of it, but when we get together for a day face-to-face, we can develop more depth of understanding. We want to make sure that you know how to gain access to the $100,000 business credit line. We've talked about that before. I don't know that enough of you have assimilated that. That's up to $100,000 that's off of your EIN, and you all qualify for that as a financial literacy educator. And then also, we ultimately need you to be able to monetize this, right? Because going out and helping people is what we do. Our mission is driven around economic empowerment and balancing racial inequalities in terms of economic circumstances. But we need to make sure that you're earning the income that you deserve and need to be able to focus on this. Because if you make great income, then you'll be all into this. But if you're sputtering along, you're going to drop off. And you lose and we lose. So those are the learning objectives that we're going to cover. So what I'd like to do is address the questions that any of you have about this training curriculum. And then once we cover that, then I'll end the recording and then we'll address any other questions you have. Because the deal that we made is we want this to be a good outlet for support of whatever question you have, not just the topic at hand. But let's start with questions that you have about this topic at hand. And if you can go ahead and type those into the Q&A, we'll start working on those. Ashley asked a great question that I didn't bring up. So she says, okay, if I register, I pay for this, I come to the class, does that $1,250 get applied to the branch license fee? And the answer is yes. I'm sorry, I didn't mention that. All right, Letty, and I believe, Letty, you're coming to our training here pretty soon from what I understand. But let's see, what Letty asked is this changing? No, not changing anything. Just initially, we were only making this training on Fridays available to branch office managers. And we had a number of you that said, hey, why don't you open it up? If you're already conducting the training, why don't you allow others to come to it, not just branch office managers? And as Ashley mentioned, you can come in and use this as a stepping stone to decide if you want to run a branch. This is not about persuading you to become a branch office manager afterwards. It really doesn't matter to us. But what we do need you to do is to be properly prepared, to be competent and confident, so you're taking this message out accurately. The greatest probability of us having dissatisfied clients with this is if our distribution partners, like you, don't properly explain what we do and how we do it. So this is our way to make sure that that's the case. It may be at some point in the future, and I'm not saying it will, it may be at some point in the future that this is a required training before you can even be a financial literacy educator. We're not going that far now because, again, we have all these daily Zooms and other methods of support and training, but this is really valuable. Okay, so going back to Letty's question. Yeah, I think, Letty, you're confusing the training for the educator versus the curriculum for the client. We're talking about the educator certification, not about client training. I know it's a similar format of a flyer, but I think you've confused the two, Letty. And yes, Ashley, we can help you with that. Okay, so before I end today's recording and open it up for general Q&A, who has any questions about the who, the why, the how? If you're in, several of you are expressing interest, you just need to get with Jennifer. Jennifer will help you determine an available date. We do these trainings on Fridays. Ideally, you would come in on Thursday evening. You can stay at the bed and breakfast or Best Western, wherever you want. And then you could leave out Friday evening or spend the weekend if you want. We're a short distance from Dallas, Fort Worth. And so obviously there's a lot of things to see and do there. We're not much farther from Houston, Texas. And so Letty's asking for clarification. So that's right, Letty. So if you refer someone that registers for this training, you make $250 and we pay that out weekly. So you make $250 for each person you refer in. Some of you have a pretty big sphere of influence of insurance agents. And this is gold, right? For a licensed insurance agent to be able to plug into a lead generation system that fills their schedule. We've got insurance agents that are writing 20, 30, 40, 50 policies a month using this model. That's a big deal. Most insurance agents are scraping by trying to find clients. This resolves that. Mr. Reeves asked, can nonprofits participate? And the answer is yes. Letty, hopefully I answered your question about pay. So are there any other questions that anyone has about just about every Friday, financial literacy educator certification? This is, again, at no cost for our branch office managers. It's available for non-branch office managers for a nominal fee. However, of that fee, we guarantee that you'll have a positive ROI. All right, so any questions on this topic before I end the recording? Okay, give me a second. Let me stop the recording, please.